Hey guys, I'm excited about today. We are making crawfish etouffee. It's not quite crawfish season, but I had a craving, so I went ahead and got some tails that are frozen, and they come from Mamu, Louisiana. This recipe is pretty basic. It's not complicated at all, and it is still very good. You can see I have onions, celery, bell pepper, and butter, and that's pretty much it. So we're going to start by melting our butter in the pot. And I'm using 3 sticks of butter because I have 3 pounds of crawfish. Once this butter is almost all the way melted, I'm going to go ahead and add my onions, bell pepper, and celery and cook that until it is clear. Here we have about 1.5 cups of onions, 1/2 cup of celery, and 1/4 cup of bell pepper. And I think one of the best smells in the world is butter and onions cooking. It smells so good. We're going to add our seasoning. And we're going to add salt and red pepper. And I know Cajun food is known for being spicy, but I do not overspice my food because I like to taste what I'm eating. So I am going to put some red pepper, but I will adjust the seasoning later after I taste it. I like to have a little pepper on my crawfish, not a little crawfish with my pepper, if you know what I mean. We're going to let that cook for a minute, and then here you can see our onions are clear, so we're going to go ahead and add our crawfish. We're going to add 1 pound at a time, and they've been defrosting on the counter for a few hours, and they're not completely thawed out, but that's fine. I've cooked this a million times and it works out just fine. So another thing is I put a little bit of water in each bag, and I shake it up because I want to get as much of the crawfish fat as I can, because that's what makes it really good. So each bag I dump out, fill it up with a little water, shake it, and pour out any crawfish bits that are stuck in the bag. And then once I get all my crawfish in, I'm going to cover the crawfish with the butter and onions. And then I'm going to bring that up to a simmer. And you can see my crawfish are separating. It does not take long for the crawfish to thaw completely and begin to separate. It's kind of like shrimp. Here is a closer look at our crawfish. We're going to simmer our crawfish in the butter and onions probably for about 10-20 minutes. And you can see the crawfish tails are starting to shrink a little bit. Not shrink, but curl up a little bit more. And the more we cook it, the more they'll curl up. So to thicken our etouffee, we're going to mix a cup of water with a heaping tablespoon of cornstarch. And it's not an exact science, we're just mixing what feels right. We just want the water to be white and cloudy. And before we add this, we're going to add a tablespoon of sugar, because the sugar helps to bring out the flavor of the crawfish. and let that cook for a minute. And right now our heat is on medium high, because we do want it to be simmering when we pour our cornstarch mixture in. Pouring a little bit at a time. We're going to mix our cornstarch in and let it boil a little bit, or simmer. And then we're going to add a little bit more, and you can see it's starting to thicken. And that's starting to look pretty good. I don't know about you. And here's a closer look. We're just gonna give it a little stir, and it looks a lot different than when we first started. And I did not use the whole cup of cornstarch. I used about 3/4 of a cup. And this is our crawfish etouffee. We're gonna serve some up to taste it. We have our rice in our bowl already, and here is our crawfish etouffee. Super simple and super delicious. Throw a little garnish on there, just because, and then we're going to taste it. So good. If you get a chance, you should try it. It's so easy. Thank you for watching.